We have some more breaking news from the NHL. We have a couple of more trades to take a look at. First one involving the Toronto Maple Leafs picking up a winger from the Utah Mammoth and Vladimir Tarasenko on the move yet again. We'll discuss the deals coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have two trades to discuss here today. First one involving the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've acquired 24-year-old winger Macceli from the Utah Mammoth in exchange for a conditional third-round pick. So essentially, Macceli, I think he's a pretty good player. This might be a sneaky good move for them. He kind of fell out of favor last year, didn't have a great start to his campaign, lost his role, his ice time reduced, in out of the lineup. He ended up putting up 18 points in 55 games last year, but he had 57 points for the team in their final season in Arizona. He was getting a lot of assists. It looked like a decent playmaking winger. Was really moving his way up in the ranks here. But then last year just kind of fell off. I'm not sure exactly the root cause of that or anything, but he's got 1 year left on his contract at $3.43 million. The condition on the draft pick, it can be upgraded from a third to a second if he gets back to his 50-point campaign, so 51 points. And the other condition that the Maple Leafs have to make the playoffs, which is, pretty likely thing. So all in all, Utah gets at least a third, decent shot for a second, and Macceli gets his fresh start in Toronto. We know, obviously, Marner's expected to depart. They're looking for some options to replace some offense in their top 6, top 9. So that's, like I said, a decent pickup for Toronto. The other move we have here is Vladimir Tarasenko getting a fresh start again, going from Detroit to Minnesota. The Minnesota Wild take his cap hit of $4.75 million in exchange for basically nothing, future considerations. Little surprised by this for the Wild. I like to trade for Detroit because it wasn't a good fit. It didn't work out. We knew that giving him the second year in the contract was probably a mistake by Steve Yzerman. He gets himself out of it, though, now. We knew that there was talk between the player and the team that he'd be open to moving since it didn't really work out great last year. He's bounced around quite a bit now in the last number of years. Like I said, he ended up in Ottawa, had a decent campaign there, got traded to the Panthers, won a Stanley Cup. They couldn't afford to keep him, so he moves on again, goes to Detroit, and now he goes to Minnesota. So that's 4 teams in a couple of years. The aging Tarasenko has still got some game left, but certainly not the player he used to be when he was younger, scoring 30 to 40 goals pretty consistently. Obviously, he's had a lot of shoulder injuries, but the last couple of years he has been healthier, and that doesn't seem to be part of the issue here. So we'll see if things can get back on track in Minnesota. I don't know how they plan to deploy him here or exactly what their rationale is. I know Minnesota was looking for, considering a Rossi trade, maybe wanting to get a center back. Clearly, he's not a center, so we'll see where things work out here. I imagine the Red Wings are trying to do some bigger things to improve their lineup. Minnesota's taking him on, so we'll see what else they do. So interesting deals, but I like the deal for Detroit on that one, moving on from the contract, creating some space. I like the deal for Utah and Toronto, both sides. Utah gets a decent draft pick back and a player that needed a fresh start, and Toronto gets a little bit of a project, but he's in one year contract and a decent amount of money with a proven pass of a 50-point season. I like the upside. I like the fit. I should work out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.